Welcome to my YouTube video, where I will explain the three main interpretations of the poem Her Kind, written by Anne Sexton. So, since you've clicked this video, I'm guessing that you've already written the poem, so I will go straight into explaining it. So, there are three main interpretations about the witch, about the self-confession, and about feminism. And I will start off with the witch interpretation. So, the witch interpretation goes because even in the first sentence, the poem mentions a witch, and it explains how the witch does weird things at night that feels weird, and how a woman shouldn't be. And in the past, when Christianity came into Scandinavia mainly, you burned witches during the sort of medieval times, and you could do this by just telling somebody that a woman was a witch, and then they would burn her. Or you could also make a test that was basically that you put the woman out in the water to drown, and if she drowned, then she was not a witch, and if she floated, then she was a witch, and you would kill her. And so this is a very awful thing to do to women, and it makes no sense because the woman dies either way. And this could be a way for the poet Anne Sexton to make sure, or to talk about how this is a very bad thing through the eyes that we have today. Now, the second interpretation, which was about the self-confession, because as I will go through later, Anne Sexton suffered from mental illness. And this could be a way to explain how other people could see her, because people don't really understand mental illness unless they have it themselves. And so all the weird things that she brings out in the poem, or brings up in the poem, could sort of show the weird or the unnaturalness of the mental illness that other people can't understand. And so this was sort of a way for her to explain how she felt and what she did and how other people reacted to it. And the third interpretation, which is about feminism, explains because as you can see, it's a woman like that is not a woman quite. A woman like that is misunderstood. A woman like that is not ashamed to die. So she's basically talking about how society sees women, and how it's sort of exaggerated, that just because you go out during the night, it doesn't mean that you're a witch. And just because you live in the woods, you're not crazy. And all of these different things. And even though you're out driving, it doesn't mean that people can rape you, because the rape links to the nude arms, and nudity is something that in the past has provoked people to rape others. And so this could also be a way to show that this is not how you should see a woman, and that a woman is so much more than this. And so those were the three main interpretations. But then you might also be curious about Anne Sexton. And she was born in 1928, and why she was so important to start off the contemporary period, because previously people hadn't really talked about a lot of things, and the literature was set in stone, sort of, and there were a lot of things that you couldn't talk about. And so she was one of the first to talk about things like menstruation, abortion, masturbation, incest, adultery, and drug addiction. And during that time, not a lot of people did that. She was basically the first, and therefore she caused a lot of drama in the literature world, because a lot of people said that no, you can't do this, whereas other people praised her for it. And as I told you before, Anne Sexton suffered from mental illness, and it was actually her psychiatrist who made sure that she started writing poetry, because he thought that it could help her. And in her childhood, Anne Sexton suffered from child abuse by her father, and she was also molested, which she talks about in one of her poems called The Moss of His Skin, but we won't go through that in this video. But leave a comment down below and I'll do it in the next one. She was also a model before she became a poet, and she won several different prizes, amongst other the Pulitzer Prize in 1967. Excuse my pronunciation. But that was basically it for this video. Leave a comment down below and hit me up with a like and subscribe. Thank you very much.